in round 11, and this is Shintaro Ishimura versus Gavin Thompson. And if you've played a lot of Magic Online, you will know them as Riser in the case of Shintaro, and Gavin is Alpha Frog. These are players who play infinite Magic Online, and they've brought two very different decks to the battlefield. It looks like they've got all 5 colors of Magic covered here somehow, but Dimir Rogues versus Gruul Adventures were the choices. As we join, Shintaro Ishimura finds himself up a game in game number 2 here, and this looks like a big moment here, Cedric. Embercleave is being thrown on a wolf token.
Well, we're jumping into a very interesting part of the game, I think, to be sure, which is, as you mentioned, Embercleave looking to be equipped and doing some attacking, I presume.
It's going to get a counter, too.
Yeah, but I think Shintaro is going to put an end to that.
Ooh, never mind that whole counter thing. Heartless act from Shintaro Ishimura is going to send that token packing. All that Gavin Thompson can do is throw down an Edgewall Innkeeper. I will note that besides the Embercleave in the Ranger class, he also has Klothys, God of Destiny, which could be working on the graveyard here of Shintaro. But pretty cool. Vantress Gargoyle doing its thing as well. This is a technology that Shintaro brought as he replaced the crabs with Vantress Gargoyle.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen Vantress Gargoyle in Rogues. Shintaro, I think, the only player doing it here this weekend, and you see the record of 7-3. So this change, while unorthodox, is, I would say, paying off. So kudos there for taking what I would say is a brave choice and a brave step to put that card in the deck and cutting the Ruin Crabs.
Yeah, Vantress Gargoyle is the type of card that when we first saw it, it's clearly powerful, right? Only 2 mana for a 5/4, but it has a lot of conditions on when it can attack and block, and then it has the mill effect, which is like, where am I going to fit this thing in? And it's always felt like it was a card just on the edge, right? It just needed a little bit more of a push in a direction to become a mainstay. And that's a fine place for a card like that to be. It's borderline playable, and it has its uses, as Shintaro showing us here.
Shintaro's got a pretty good hand. You got to feel like he's favored here. You see Drown the Lock, Luris at the ready, Crippling Fear. I mean, there's a lot to like about this hand.
Double Thieves Guild Enforcer. They're not quite active yet.
All right. Get that out of the way. Start getting busy. Yep.
Wow. Really nice here for Shintaro, because that was the card that pushed the Thieves Guild Enforcers into that 8-card territory, and boom, they bump up 4 power total on the board, more than he had before. Also, the Vantress Gargoyle is active. Now that one is 7. There's a little bit of, there's a couple of cards that care about 7. There's Into the Story and Vantress, and then the rest are 8. But still, it was enough. And that's a huge attack. Down to 6 goes Gavin.
Yeah. See, this is part of the appeal of Vantress Gargoyle. It's not perfect, but the fact that it can attack for 5 occasionally is a lot more than the 0 that Ruin Crab attacks for. Ooh, this is actually pretty good. Wow, okay. So Cling, what's going to be targeted? Okay.
Gavin looks like he's running out of time here.
Yeah.
Card like Ranger class, Embercleave, if he could just buy himself some time, he has the power. He's got Klothys doing its thing every turn. He is in range of being able to take over this game. The question is really just, does he have the window to do so? And it's starting to look like no. He can use Fire Prophecy and Stomp to help mitigate the Thieves Guild Enforcers, but boy, he is up against it here. Vantress Gargoyle, if there was a land off the top for Shintaro, he could combine it with the Eye Tyrant there and just end the game on the spot if Gavin went for that line of play.
I guess the big question is there any way for Gavin to actually wake up Klothys, put an Embercleave on it, and kill the opponent? I don't think that he's able.
That would have been sweet. Yeah.
I think that's what the setup is right now. I mean, you mentioned the 2 removal spells, and those are all well and good, but I think that's kind of the plan right now, is the old, can I suit this up and be able to kill you that way?
Well, there was no land there for Shintaro, so this will actually keep Gavin Thompson at 1.
Mm-hmm.
As he's going to fire off 2 burn spells to take out the 2 Thieves Guild Enforcers. That means only the Vantress Gargoyle comes in, but it hits hard. It hits for 5 with Gavin at 6 life. He falls down to 1. And here's Luris to add a 3/2 to the battlefield, as well as a Thieves Guild Enforcer if Shintaro wants it.
Now for me, it's a question of what's Gavin's best draw step, and I'm not sure what it is.
He played Shatterskull Smashing.
What do you do?
Wow, a dragon.
So that's okay. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so Goldspan wakes up Cloithus.
Does it really?
Right. So there's Cloithus, Cleave, Ranger class on the battlefield. That's 5 devotion. Goldspan 6, 7.
That's what I'm seeing.
Okay, so that's a wake up. So you need to be able to gain 2 life with Cloithus right now. Well, okay, so you gain 2, you go to 3. You play Goldspan, you wake up that. But then you're facing down Thieves Guild Enforcer and 2 attackers. You go to 3. 1 creature's going to get through that's going to deal exactly the amount of damage to kill you.
Oh my goodness. If that's the case, we may see, oh, this is unreal.
So you're going to eat Cling to Dust. Okay, so go to 3. You play Goldspan. Yep, so you wake that up. I guess the hope is that maybe
There's no land.
He forgot. Did he forget?
Did he not cast the Thieves Guild
He
Enforcer?
didn't play Thieves Guild Enforcer. I think he forgot to play Thieves Guild. I think that was the out, is him forgetting to play Thieves Guild Enforcer.
Now there's a power word kill, but it doesn't kill
nothing.
Goldspan Dragon, and it won't kill Clothis either. Shintaro Ishimura has to face down a board here and try to rebuild. What just happened?
Okay, so I take it back. Brief hiccup on my end. So with Luris, you can't play Thieves Guild Enforcer on your opponent's
Okay,
turn.
so why didn't he play it on his turn then?
So that's a better question.
So
question.
that must have been the mistake.
Yes. That doesn't fix anything.
Oh my God, he's really living life on the edge here, Shintaro Ishimura.
So you play,
and that's what he was realizing, is he forgot to cast the card on his own turn just to get it onto the battlefield.
So you play Bone Crusher. You're a devotion short of waking up Cloithus, and you're at 5. Vantress attacks for 5.
Not seeing a great way out here.
Either.
Oh man. Also, this looks like this Vantress Gargoyle is going to get the job done. And that's going to be a good game from Gavin Thompson. It's going to be Riser over Alpha Frog. Shintaro Ishimura improves to 8-3. That does not guarantee him a top 8 spot, but it puts him in an extremely good position to make it in with just a round to go here.